And Ruth, I told you to finish your cleaner shift before I opened up this bar. And if I find another one of your curlers in my hot pots...
Yes, listen. No, I'm not one to gossip, but I've just seen a very glamorous woman coming this way with a map.
Excuse me, ladies. Excuse me, is this the, Loose Queen's free house?
Yes, but it's my name above that door, so get out of my pub!
Not anymore, sweetheart. This place needs a bit of class. Just signed a new contract. This bar's under new management.
On your Mondays, Loose Women Live. It's Ruth Langsford, Nadia Sawalha, and Denise Welsh.
Thank you very much. Hello, welcome to Loose Women's Soap Special. Exciting stuff today. And coming up, we will be revealing the top soap moments of all time, as voted for by you. Which shocking storyline made it to #1? Well, you'll find out later. And for our soap special, we have an Emmerdale legend to complete our panel today. Please welcome Chaz Dingle, also known as Lucy Pargeter.
Woo!
Good to see you, Lucy. We love a soap special.
I love a soap special.
Right,
means I get to see you ladies. Thank you. Yeah, it's really... Yes.
You've passed the first test, getting downstairs without falling over, getting onto the stool.
Yes.
Well, you're very, very welcome. OK, coming up today, she was one of soap's scariest battle axes, but did Blanche have the right to poke her nose into daughter Deirdre's romantic entanglements? We're asking, should you ever get involved with your children's love lives? We're delving into the EastEnders archive with a classic Nadia clip. That got us talking. Do you play games in a relationship? Also...
I want you to be my wife.
You what?
A Coronation Street reunion. Over 25 years after their on-screen wedding, Corrie's Des will be reunited with his bride, Natalie. That's our Denise. Their soap memories and lots of behind-the-scenes secrets coming up at 1 o'clock. Also, Lucy, I just have to say before we start, we have got a little surprise for you.
Ooh.
Someone sent you a little message today, have you?
Who?
All right, Mum.
Oh.
It's Aaron. Kane tells me that you're on Loose Women panel. Whew. It's a bit dangerous, isn't it? I'll be looking out for the headlines of some of the stuff that you say with your opinions. But no, in all seriousness, I hope it goes well. But seriously, maybe bite your tongue on a few things, OK? And hurry up back to Emmerdale for happy hour in the Woolpack. So, best of luck, hope it goes all right, and please be careful. Love you.
Oh, dear. Oh, boy. Yeah, he knows me too well. I'm going to try not to be.
You've been on the show as a guest several times, but how are you feeling about being on as a panellist today?
Well, I started my mantra about a week ago, which was don't swear, don't overshare and don't burp. So, yeah, that's just something I do when I'm nervous. So
You've done all of those as well in the green room before, yeah.
Definitely.
Because when I was a little bit late, came into the meeting and Lucy did a massive burp. And I was like, oh, you know, I said, oh, that was lovely. Because I can't burp. And then she said, oh, you'll get used to it. And then a couple of minutes later, she burped again. And then she kept burping. And then I suddenly thought, oh, my God. And I said to her, is this a condition?
Yeah.
And she... No, it is. It's a condition.
It's kind of like reflux, but it only kind of happens when I'm very, very, very nervous. So please forgive me.
But also, you don't do bottom burps.
I don't do bottom burps because everything comes out through my mouth.
And you don't burp at all?
I don't burp and I don't sweat. I only sweat out of my mouth like a dog. It was put on telly. Nobody ever believes me. They tested me.
So because you don't burp, does you have the opposite effect that I do?
This is going down a whole road I didn't want it to go down. A whole road. All I was trying to do was say welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Yes, remember what he said.
And enjoy your lunch.
Well, listen, as a nation, we absolutely love soap, don't we? It's 70 years, to this very month, actually, since the first UK TV soap, The Grove family, started in 1954. None of us remember. Do any of you remember The Grove family?
I thought Corrie was the first.
I thought Corrie, but no. 1954 it's The Grove.
Oh,
but
watch it
soaps
now.
have been part of our lives ever since that. Why do you think that is, Lucy? You know, because whichever one you watch all of them. People love the soaps.
They do. I think it was more when I was growing up. It was more kind of that evening routine thing. But soaps are. We all know somebody that we can relate to in a soap. We all can relate to one person in a family that we go, oh, got a dingle in our family, or so and so down the road. You know, they're like. Yeah. So I think they're a comfort. I think that they help people raise topics with their family. Yeah. I think that we are groundbreaking in some ways as well by bringing topics that haven't been spoken about before to the audience. So, yeah,
I think it is. And also when you were a child, you know, I started watching Coronation Street because my granny watched Coronation Street, and I've got really early memories of probably not even really understanding the storylines. I was quite young, sitting on the floor, leaning up against the sofa, coal fire, and my gran never missed Corrie. I remember the opening titles, and she used to knit when she was watching, and then she would shout at the television. So whatever storyline was going on, she'd go, "Don't believe him, love, don't believe him." You know, so that's always kind of been in my memory.
I think that and I mean, and before reality television, that was our really only insight into. Well, I mean, I am obsessed with reality, but it's like I don't know if it's the same for you, but when I got Coronation Street, I remember it was a 17-episode thing, and I was driving past the Metro Centre in Newcastle when I got the news that I'd got it. And there was no other job I could have got in the world that would have been bigger to my family and friends was than to get Coronation Street. It was the biggest ever thing. And when I left, I honestly, my aunties had to go into therapy. They could not understand why you could leave being, being the landlady of a fictitious pub. It just huge, and at the time, 21 million people were watching those shows. You know,
same with EastEnders.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember when I found out because I was so broke. I was like so broke. I used to walk along kicking the floor to look for 10 pence, and then it was like, oh my God, Christmas is on, food is on, and you know, it's just I'm going to be sorted for.
But still now, we only get contracts for a short amount of time. I mean, I'm only on a yearly contract, and just because you're contracted for a year, they could quite easily say, right,
no guarantee.
There's no guarantee. They can act you after 6 months.
I mean, you mentioned that, you know, the taboo subjects that they cover, you know, really serious storylines, and you are in the middle of Chaz's breast cancer storyline. I mean, it must be, as an actress, you know, fantastic to get the big storylines, but also it's a huge responsibility, isn't it, when you're reflecting something that you fortunately don't have, but so many people watching will have. Yeah. And reflecting what's happening in their lives.
It is a massive privilege to be given any storylines. I mean, you know, the storylines I've had in the past 10 years have just been incredible. But this one, it's real. You're not portraying something that isn't real. Women out there, men out there have breast cancer, so you're telling a story on behalf of all these people.
Well, if you haven't seen it, this is what's been happening with Chaz.
OK, Chaz, like I said, it's probably nothing, but just get an appointment so you know. Chaz...
Said you had my results for me.
So we did a biopsy, and we did find cancer cells.
I've got cancer. I've got cancer, like Mum.
You have a cancerous tumour in your right breast, and because of the BRCA2 alteration, we're opting for surgical removal of both breasts.
Yeah, that's correct.
I mean, you couldn't hear a pin drop in here. That is the effect that storyline is having on people. How did you decide to play it? I mean, did you have help with... Because I know you've been working with
Breast Cancer Now, the charity, Work have, and the amount of research and, you know, data collecting that they do at work is amazing. But myself, as an actress, I've always wanted to play everything like Chaz. So when she's going to a doctor's appointment or the hospital appointment, I want to play it like her. I don't want to know too much information. I almost want to read the script and play the script in kind of current time.
I get that.
And also, if it was like when I did the Baby Grace storyline as well, they said, do you want to talk to anybody who's been through it? But with breast cancer, I haven't been through it, thankfully, and nobody that I have close to me has been through it. But, yeah, to tell somebody else's story or to talk to somebody personally about that, I don't want to do them injustice by kind of doing not a good job for them, if you see what I mean. So it's Chaz's story, so I want to tell it as her. So, Yeah, you've seen the vulnerable side of her. She's actually been really open and honest with her family.
And also her mum died.
Her mum died of breast cancer, yeah, last year. So there's been that side of it as well. She just automatically thought, I'm either going to beat this, I'm not going to go the same way as mum did, really.
And also, you know, we as the viewers follow that journey with her. So she's had double mastectomy.
Yeah.
And then she's going to, I think on Wednesday, I mean, obviously you're filming ahead, I think it's on Wednesday this week, she wears a prosthesis for the first time. So do you remember doing those scenes?
Yeah, I can remember doing the prosthesis because as you can see, I had my own implants out. I had the Mitchell brothers out a couple of years ago, as I used to call them. So I've been wearing prostheses as an actress because Chaz, obviously, before this storyline, hasn't had a breast out.
So you had yours taken out?
I had my implants taken out because they were making me absolutely sick as a dog.
Were they?
They were absolutely horrendous. They weren't good for me at all, and millions of other women, so get them checked. So, yeah, I've been wearing prosthesis, and I can remember having a storyline chat with Jane, our then producer, and I said, I always get my jellies out and put them on people's heads or put them on people's shoulders, you know what I mean? Or we play boob head. So you have to try and catch it on your head. And I always get them out and put them on the bar, and she went, that's amazing. She went, oh, I'll try and they are... So some of my experience with the prosthesis is now coming out in the scenes that we're going to...
And what reaction have you had from people?
I've had amazing reaction.
Yeah.
Amazing reactions from people texting me, not texting me, but messaging me saying, before this, I hadn't checked.
Yeah.
I now have. I found something. It's nothing to worry about, but thank you for putting, helping me put my mind at rest. I've had people, friends and families of people going through it, saying, thank you for helping us tell other members of family what we're going through and what we're experiencing. So it's been really, really hard, but really, really positive.
Well, remember our friend Sally Dinover, who had a breast cancer storyline in Corrie? She only found out about her own breast cancer because of doing research as Sally Webster. Oh. She would never have known because she had no symptoms whatsoever. So it does. And as a result, as you just said, people really do go and get themselves checked.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
And check your boobs, ladies, and men. And make somebody else do it because it's more enjoyable. Anyway, that's all I'm saying.
Listen, it is an incredibly moving, powerful story which we're going through with you. You're just doing it so brilliantly. Well done. Now, talking of the power of soaps, as we were, more than 20 million viewers watched this shocking moment. And even then, the then Prime Minister, Tony Blair, demanded justice.
Oh, God, do you remember that?
I have no option but to pass on you a custodial sentence of 18 months. It will begin immediately. Do you understand?
Yes.
Have you anything to say?
I didn't do any of it.
Right. Take the defendant down, will you?
Oh. Honestly.
Me and my sister used to reenact that all the time.
She was. Annie Kirkbride was my friend and one of my favourite people in the world. But during that storyline, she was in Nelly every day from 7 till 7. Yeah. She was so fed up with being there all the time. So one night they said to her, your scenes are finished by 5 o'clock, and she was off to go to this shop called Kendall's, this department store that she lived in. Anyway, she was just going out the door. She had a taxi. She never drove. She had a taxi there. And they came and said, we're really sorry, Annie, we're going to have to call you back in to do another scene. She was so furious, she jumped up and down, bit the end of her tongue off.
I can understand the pain, though.
You know, when you think you're going home.
You're going home, you're like,
oh, funny.
OK, so continuing with our soap theme, still to come. Yes, we are going east and giving Nadia a trip down memory lane and asking, are you good at getting what you want from relationships? Do not miss it. See you after the break. Well, you voted that your third favourite soap moment. Kim Tate coming back from the dead in Emmerdale in 1997. Was it? Oh, it was a goodie, wasn't it?
Wow.
It was a goodie. So coming up on our soap special, romance advice from Corrie's Blanche, but should you ever interfere in your children's love lives? Before we do that, time for the competition for you. Lisa Snowden has all the details.
dreaming of more adventures this year? Well, I might just be able to help you out because we are celebrating the start of spring with an amazing competition, starting with this VW camper van.
Imagine the holidays you could have with this. It's a T32 Highline VW camper van in Fontana Red. It sleeps 4 and comes with a hob, sink and even a fridge. So you can drive, eat and sleep around the UK and abroad this year and beyond.
So that's the wheels taken care of, but don't forget about the money, because there's also a massive £30,000 included in this prize. Just imagine all the places you could travel to with that kind of money in your bank account.
This prize is worth over £115,000, so get entering now. For another chance, text prize to 81119, text costs £2 plus 1 standard network rate message. Go to the website, entries cost £2. Call 09068 781119. Calls cost £2 plus your network access charge. Or post your name and phone number to DY15, PO Box 7558, Derby, DE10NQ. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close on Friday the 3rd of May at 3 p.m. Good luck.
Thank you very much, Lisa. Now, Nadia was also once a soap queen. So let's look at her in action as Annie Palmer in EastEnders, 1998, alongside Phil Mitchell, no less.
I've always fancied you, you know.
Really?
Really.
How much?
A lot.
An awful lot.
An awful lot.
Now, we're going to count this money.
I don't like being made to feel an idiot.
I didn't say never. Just not now. It's January, Phil. Christmas is a long way off. You'll just have to learn to wait.
So weird.
It's so funny watching you because you're doing that slightly
just cringing and just like, and I'm struck by how much I look like my youngest there. But it's funny because when I was just watching that, I was thinking, when I was in the show, you all know this, girls, well, every interview you do, they say, oh, you know, how much of you like your character are you? And I didn't think I was like my character at all, but like people close to me were saying I was getting more and more like her in real life. And because I put those boots on and stride around and just think I could just make everybody do what I wanted, just with a look and with a shove. But actually, I think that was a little bit in me anyway.
Your accent's gone more like her as well.
Yeah.
The more you're talking.
No, I was having my head to one side, I'm not sure why. But I think, yeah, I think there was something inside of me that was a bit like that, and it actually did change me a bit. Because then I carried that through.
What you needed.
I got much more bounded, yeah.
How long ago was that?
Oh, God, it must be 28 years.
28 years?
Yeah.
Blimey.
Yeah.
But that's interesting, though, if you take that some of that character with you into your life, because then we were thinking, like, how good are you at getting what you want in relationships? You know,
playing games. When you were a teenager, you could play games.
Play games.
I don't know. Yeah, no gameplay. Well, I usually just ask for what I want. That's my directness.
I can imagine you.
Yeah, I'm quite demanding. But you know, you've got to be vocal, I think.
Well, so if you don't say what you want or what's making you unhappy or what makes you happy...
It used to be fun playing mind games, though, because did you remember when they would ring you and you go, I'm so not ringing back.
Yeah.
I'm so not ringing back.
And then
She's
5
to
minutes
me and
later
keep
you
them
would.
keen.
Yeah. It was, I think it's a rite of passage when you're younger because you're kind of learning what the boundaries are.
Yeah.
But then you get to an age and you just think, actually, this is painful for me.
Oh, I know.
I couldn't do it now. I couldn't do games now.
No.
I really couldn't. They're just too...
I don't know.
No.
Depends what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But do you not think that's a confidence thing as well? Because when you're a teenager, you're not confident always, and you're just starting out on that relationship, you know, learning how to deal with it.
I think it teaches you
We never called it mind games.
No,
we never
got all
called
these
it
labels
gameplay.
now. We didn't call it game playing, mind games. We just called it flirting or not flirting or...
I like some of these labels the youngsters have got. I'm jealous of them. I would have loved to have known I was playing mind games. Everything I did, I was just impulsively just doing it. I got myself into so many
That's great, though, because you can learn. That's how you learn about relationships. That's how you learn to spot a wrong.
I never used to wait for them to ask me out because I used to be... I don't know why I did that, but I did used to be the person that would ask people out.
Never.
I mean, maybe not as politely as that. But I used to go after what I wanted, should we say.
Did you ever get unrequited?
I was never... I did have crushes. They were rarely unrequited. But... yeah. But I did, when I was doing a play, a musical in the West End in 1982, the 4 McGann brothers were in it. You know, the McGann brothers, there was Stephen, Mark and Joe and Paul.
Yeah.
And I had this very unrequited crush on Paul McGann. And all the other McGann brothers used to think I was really funny and have a right laugh and go, she's a right laugh and she dead. When I was going to be on my own with Paul, it was like I took a personality pill and threw it away. And I had no personality. You know when you really fancy somebody and you can't think of what... And he said, oh, my brother said you're a right laugh. Just couldn't think of one funny thing to say, ever.
So he didn't fall for you?
Yeah, it didn't work.
It's interesting you brought that, because we are going to talk about crushes a bit later, actually. But that thing you always remember, don't you, that person that you had a crush on, you just couldn't even look at or talk to them because it was just too embarrassing. Anyway, that is coming up later on as well. What are we doing now? Oh, yes, coming up next, there have been some emotion... I forget I'm on the telly sometimes. It's quite we've got some emotional scenes from the past. Are you ready for another? Denise will be reliving old times with her Corrie husband. She's Natalie and he's Des Barnes. They are back together more than 25 years after his very, very sad demise. So we will be walking down soap memory lane next. Monday's Loose Women Live. Now, that was the moment that you voted as your second favourite soap scene. That's the Corrie tram crash, of course, happened in 2010. And we're going to be revealing the number 1 moment that you chose very soon. With me for the next half hour, Denise Welch, Nadia Sawalha, and our very special guest, star from the Dales, it is Lucy Pargeter. I'm Ruth Langsford, and don't forget, it's my name above that door. Yeah. And we've got lots more soap memories coming up for you. We're taking relationship advice from Corrie's Blanche, asking, are you guilty of meddling in your children's love lives? And Emmerdale's Manpreet has been getting very hot under the collar over Billy. But when does a crush become crushing? First, though, our guest today, Denise, was devastated when her on-screen Corrie husband, Des Barnes, died in her arms over 25 years ago.
25 years?
Yes, Denise, 25 years. But in true soap tradition, he is back from the dead. Please welcome Phil Middleman. Welcome. How many years did we say?
Yes. He doesn't look any different. You don't
dyed my hair white.
Yeah. So how many years was that? 25?
25. It's 23 years since I left. How many years since you left? 22?
Yeah, 22.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. Long time ago.
I mean, we were talking about, you know, getting those calls saying, you've got Corrie, you've got EastEnders, you're on Emmerdale. Do you remember that call, where you were and how you felt? And...
Yeah, I mean, I'd gone to drama school and then I'd done a lot of theatre. But I think Denise said before, my grandmother used to kneel in front of the television and watch the wrestling in Coronation Street with a bottle of Mackerson and Craven A. That was it.
I know.
Go crazy. So she died just before I got the job, which was, I know, but she'll have seen it.
But there's also something that my mum said, but in a way, it spoilt it for me when you walk in because I can't take it seriously.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, listen, we can't have you here because we'll talk, obviously, all about Natalie and Des and the storylines you had. But we just want to, in true soap style, show you your best bits.
Oh, really?
Take me to paradise, don't
That's my head!
Good grief. You want to ruin every woman you come in contact with. Talk to Raquel!
I've got a bottle of wine if you fancy it.
Yeah?
Easy. 3, 2, 1. Switch it off, Des! There goes our marriage, my dear.
Hey.
I want you to be my wife.
Des! Nurse! What's happening?
you.
I know, so many ladies.
You know, when I got the job with the lovely Amelia Bullmore, she wanted to leave after a year, so I thought, I'm enjoying myself now. And I got a knock on the door from the producer, and he said, we'd like you to stay, and we'd like you to play the field. And in the end, there was only Emily and the cat I didn't sleep with. The cat was.
And it was there was a lot of women, lots of... What reaction did you get? Because, I mean, it's not that you were a baddie, but you were a play, you were a bad boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you were out and about, did people take that seriously?
I think that a lot of men sort of identified because he was a bookie and he was always out gambling and womanising. And a lot of women felt sorry for him because of the way that Steph had dumped him. And so I always remember that... what's her name? Sarah Lancashire. She said to me, you're going to get it now. That's it. She said, after this, breaking up our marriage, you're going to get this, the engagement. And when we went out, everyone was like, all the blokes were like, nice one. All the women were like, you're terrible,
but
you.
Did he love Natalie? Why Natalie?
Why Natalie?
Yeah.
Why not Natalie?
Why not Natalie? I think they did love each other,
I think they did. Yeah, it was your son that spoilt it all.
Yeah, who did he murder again?
Everyone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, look at us getting married there. God, I had such a jawline. Why did I not appreciate my jawline?
I know the feeling.
Straight. Blimey, look at us. We got on from day one, partly because we've both been from the northeast of England as well. And we just laughed more than, didn't we? Every director's nightmare because we just used to laugh so much. And at the time, right, there was loads of the older actors. There was Liz Dawn and Bill Tarmy and Bill Waddington. They couldn't remember any. They were brilliant, but they couldn't remember any of the lines, and they used to write it on everything. And I said to Phil one day, "You look really peed off. What's the matter?" He said, "I've got a 15-beer mat scene with Percy Sugden coming up." Because Bill Waddington, and there used to be all these extras in the bar, and Bill Waddington would stick his Post-it notes on the back of all the extras.
You'd say to him, and his line would come round and he'd go like this. I'll have a pint.
What a brilliant idea. Such trouble in EastEnders if we laughed or any sort of... Were you not constantly in trouble?
Oh, no, we did. We were constantly in trouble, especially in the death scene.
Death scenes are the worst for laughing, aren't they?
What happened in the death scene?
I've got to tell you this. So, just before, I wanted to get shot. I didn't want to get shot, but I thought, I'll go out with a bang, literally. Anyway, that was changed. Then I was going to get stabbed. That was changed. Then I said, which you've seen, you're going to hit your head on the side of the thing and then you'll have a heart attack. So I said, oh, OK, wasn't too happy with that. But the way it was written, Des was going to take Natalie on a holiday to Blackpool because she was very romantic. So that was in the thing. So as I'm laying there, the line I had was, Natalie, I am so sorry. I always wanted to take you up the tower. That was the actual line, and she was told that's what they said.
They had to stop for lunch. They weren't happy because we literally were doing that voice where we were trying to do that.
Remember the cameraman was like this.
But back then, I mean, how many viewers were watching back then compared to now?
Well, I know at our wedding there was 21.5 million people watched our wedding. You can hardly comprehend it, really.
Yeah,
when we did I did the first live episode, it was the 40th anniversary, and I was pregnant with Louis, and I was begging them not to be in it very much because because doing live television like this, if something goes wrong, you can kind of got the freedom to say it, but doing live acting is really, really it's really a different story, isn't it?
Yeah. I love life.
I've forgotten what my story was now because I'm just thinking. I'm just waiting. Oh, my dad. So family-wise, so Louis was in it in my tummy when I left. Matty was an extra in the cafe with Jack Shepherd when he was 11 in there, and my dad played Phil's dad in the funeral.
There you
go.
Oh, he was great.
God.
What a character.
Oh, my God, he was, We were lucky he wasn't in drag playing it. But...
we were very lucky.
And is your son an actor? Is he...
He started off and he's doing a bit now and he's doing something, but he's going to turn professional as a boxer.
Yes. Oh, wow.
So he's only 20, but he's joined Jamie Moore, who's one of the best coaches, and the other fella, little Stanley, is no longer little. He's into bodybuilding and powerlifting, and so I've got a good set of security guards.
I think
just like their dad, aren't
Just
they?
like their dad, yeah.
He was in Emmerdale for a while, wasn't he?
He was in Emmerdale.
What was he in
Yeah, yeah.
What did he play?
Louis was.
You played his mother.
What? No! No, I didn't. Oh, my God! When was that?
Is that
Last week.
Alfie?
Was this true?
Is that Alfie?
Yeah.
I knew his mum.
No, you were having an affair or something with the guy who was his dad.
Yes, always. I mean, always having an affair with someone. Oh, my God.
You forget what you were
you
in,
forget.
don't you?
Honestly, some of the scenes you watch, you go, was I actually
that?
there? No, there's proof that you were there.
Just because my Mrs. Leanne sent me it today, and she said, and I went, oh.
Wow.
That's how it came through, yeah.
And how old's he now?
Well.
He's 20 now.
Oh, no.
He's 11.
Well, listen, we've absolutely loved walking down memory lane with you. And Phil, of course, yeah. Natalie and Des. Lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you very much. And we've got lots more soap treats after the break, including the classic soap moment that you voted your favourite of all time. And we've got some life advice from none other than Corrie's Blanche, as we ask, should you ever interfere in your children's love lives? We'll see you right after this.
You're not going to Spain, and that's that. Why not? Because I said so, all right? And I have to do everything you say, do I? No! You can't tell me what to do! You ain't my mother! Yes, I am!
Yes, you voted that your #1 soap moment of all time. Yes, that moment. Kat Slater revealed she was Zoe's mum. That was from EastEnders 2001. So well done, Walford. Coming up, relationship advice from Corrie's Blanche next. First, though, competition time. Here's Lisa with all the details.
I've come to Longthorn Farm today in Dorset, and look who I've been hanging out with. This is Harry, the alpaca. Him and his mates are absolutely gorgeous. And did you know that alpacas are actually therapy animals? Because they've got such a calm nature and gorgeous energy, haven't you? They're such a hungry little thing. You know what, Harry? This prize does sleep full, but I don't know if I can fit you and your mates in. Should we give it a go? Come with me.
I'm hitting the road this week in our competition prize. One lucky person is guaranteed to win. It's a T32 Highline VW camper van, and it's worth over £87,000.
And whilst you're travelling around the UK or abroad this spring or summer, you're going to need a little bit of spending money. And that's why we've included a huge £30,000. Hi, Regina, come in, you're cute. So that's a camper van worth £87,000 and £30,000. But you can only win this amazing prize if you get entering. Here's all the details you need.
For another chance, text prize to 81119. Text costs £2 plus one standard network rate message. Go to the website, entries cost £2. Call 09068 781119. Calls cost £2 plus your network access charge. Or post your name and phone number to DY15, PO Box 7558, Derby, DE10NQ. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close on Friday the 3rd of May at 3 p.m. Good luck.
Yes, good luck. Thank you very much, Lisa. Now we're going back to a soapy situation. We're talking about... Oh, thank you very much.
Well, that's you.
Lucy.
If only I sounded as good as that.
We're talking about mentioning crushes earlier, and on Emmerdale, Manpreet has been getting very het up with Billy. Now, sadly, it looks like it is rather unrequited because he's her trainer, and she's obviously really enjoying his company, shall we say. And I think she does lunge at him this week. Not just the exercise, but literally lunges at him. And no, she gets turned down.
Well, he's in a relationship, so he should.
Well, there you go. OK, but that got us talking about crushes. You know, have you had them? Have you had unrequited ones? Have you declared a crush and been turned down?
I've never really been a crush girl, really. I never really had posters on my walls.
What?
No.
Donny Osmond, snog.
Definitely not Donny Osmond. No. I can remember, when the football was on years ago, I think I had football pictures. No. Apart from then...
Not pop stars? No pop stars?
No pop stars, but then Tom Hardy came into my life. Yeah, but unfortunately, that hasn't happened, no. So, no, I'm not really a crush girl.
Maybe you'd get him a part in Emmerdale or something.
Yeah. Sure, he'd love it.
Yeah. Just walking his his dog through the village and I just had to stop him. No, no, not really a crush.
Mine was same as you. I think we had the same, didn't we? Donny Osmond and
David Cassidy with the hair.
David Cassidy, and then. But the thing is, I used to have them on my wall. I used to have a cushion that used to pretend was Donny.
Oh no!
But I never really felt they were unrequited. I just always thought at some point they'd come into my life and whisk me off. Yeah. Years later, I did with a group of different girls. I remember Anthea Turner was there, and I think Linda Robson was there before I knew her. Really,
probably.
We all end up. She goes everywhere, doesn't she?
Because she loves Donny.
We all went out with Donny Osmond for dinner. And I was sat next to him, and all the other girls were absolutely furious in feathers that I was sat next to him. And we were meant to swap for each course, and I had to be literally dragged away.
But he was
he's such a lovely,
I had a crush on a boy at school. Well, he wasn't in my school. It was an all-girls school, and there was a kind of boys' school down the road. And went to a party, and I had to leave early. And I was talking to this boy, all nice, blonde and beautiful. And all evening I was talking to him, thinking that he was thoroughly engaged in everything I was saying, and he clearly fancied me. And he offered to walk me back to the bus stop with my best friend, because I had to leave early. So he walked me to the bus stop with her, and I'm chit-chatting away. I got on the bus and was like, bye, Ben. And on Monday, I had to wait till Monday, because we didn't have phones and all that, and texting. On Monday, I said to my friend, so what did you say about me when I'd gone? And she went all a bit funny, and she was like, oh, not much. And it turned out, as soon as I got on the bus, he made a massive pass at her. And said, I couldn't wait, thought your friend was never going to go.
Ruth, I'd like to say, after all these years, I'm sorry.
All those wounds go deep.
I'm totally over it. They do go deep, don't they?
Yeah,
they do go deep.
Oh,
OK. Now, we've got our next soapy situation. We're turning to the Corrie Gospel according to Blanche.
She's pining away for you. The other night, I wake up, I can hear sobbing. I peep round the living room door, and there she is, sobbing her heart out, clutching your wedding photo.
Which actually wasn't true. It wasn't true. So there's Blanche trying to get Ken and Deirdre back together. And we were talking about that this morning, saying, would you, could you, do you interfere in your children's love lives?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. How much do you interfere, Lucy?
I don't interfere as in... I'm there for her. This is my eldest. The other two are 7, so that's a bit weird. So, yeah, my eldest can talk to me about anything and we can openly discuss things. But I have threatened her boyfriend. Not, you know, I mean, I'm not going to take... Well, I've kind of said, treat her right, otherwise...
You regret it.
Otherwise, you've got you to deal with.
Yeah,
you've got me to do character when you do it.
Oh, baby, yeah. Yes, definitely.
Does she like you stepping in, though, Luce?
I think she does. I think well, she's very open and honest and kind of says, back off, Mum, when I get too involved. But I don't really. She just knows she can count on me to dispose of him if he was to be...
In a proper, patio
exactly,
way.
Soap style, if he was to ever wrong her.
Would you interfere, if you did think he was treating her badly, would you literally go to him and say, and have a conversation?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Be that much involved?
Yeah, if she wanted me to, if she asked me to. Who am I lying? I'm lying now, I'd definitely call him. Yeah.
I just got a taste of what being on Loose Women is like, didn't you? She was suddenly went, oh,
no. Don't overshare, don't overshare, don't swear, don't overshare.
Nadia, would you interfere with your girls? We'll talk about, did your parents ever interfere in your relationships?
And actually, I wish that they had at some point, definitely, because I wouldn't have wasted as much time as I did with some of the idiots I was with.
No, but my mum
But I think I'm like you. I talk about... My eldest is much more secretive, and that's OK. So, but my youngest, we do talk about everything. And but if I ever wanted to say anything to a boyfriend, I would say, do you want me to? I would never, ever say it without being condoned.
No, me neither.
I'd have to get the
Also,
stamp.
do you not think the worst thing you can say is like, well, I don't like them, I don't think they're good enough? Because
my dad keep them close.
My dad used to do
Yeah, that's what my mum used to do.
And then you shoot the messenger.
Used to make me want to go out
If I don't like them, I invite them all the time because I want to have a look at them.
I used to hate introducing my boyfriends to Mum because they all used to end up fancying her.
Really?
And I used to go, what are you doing, Mum? And she'd go, I'm just putting the potatoes in the oven. She did.
Love her.
Oh, my God. Annie.
Oh,
she
no.
was pretty. She was
Have you ever interfered in your boys' relationships?
I don't consider it interfering.
I
think that Louis thinks I'm the only mum who asks lots of questions so that she can stalk them on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that most people would do that if they knew that you're looking like, no, you wouldn't do that. No, I don't.
Oh, I would.
I don't. Listen, I think I'm very fair in relationships as well. As the mother of 2 boys, if they have a girlfriend, I think that if I feel that they are not behaving properly, I will side with the girlfriend. I've got friends who they won't have a thing said about their son, and my son's always right. I'm not like that at all. If I really think that there's, if there's unfairness,
yeah, because I wonder about that.
And I love getting on with the girls. I just love a girlfriend that I really like, and that involves me as well. I don't, I wouldn't want one that didn't involve me.
Say? Yeah, I wonder whether parenting, whether when it comes to boyfriends and girlfriends, or whether parenting boys makes a massive difference to parenting girls. Whether you would side more with the girlfriend instead of.
I think I've just tried to. I drip feed stuff to Jack, so I've never sat down and said this is how you need to behave in a relationship. I've just kind of things, and I often relate to his sister. If one of his friends is doing something, dumped somebody by text, I go, how awful! I go, imagine someone did that to Rebecca.
And subtle. I hope that subtle. I like it.
Slip it in. Anyway, listen. Time is gone. Time is... Yeah, I'm afraid we have to go. But I just want to say... Yes, I know. Have you enjoyed it?
I've absolutely loved it.
You didn't overshare, you didn't burp and you didn't swear.
Well, I did do 3 burps.
Thank you very much, Lucy. Come back any time. That is it from our soap special. Tomorrow we're marking 1 year since Paul O'Grady passed. His husband, Andre, will be here. See you at 12:30. Bye-bye.